Gen C podcast. If you could tell your younger self something, and I know it's not like you're that old, but if you could tell your younger self something, what would that nugget or piece of advice be?
So there was one thing throughout my university career that I didn't do. You get those hoodies at the university, and it tells you what faculty you are in and all of that. I never bought one because I didn't think I was going to make it to the end. And so what I would tell myself is, you know yourself.
Yes.
You know what you are capable of. So if you're going to go for something, do it properly.
Yeah.
And you will finish then.
If there was one thing that you could tell your younger self, just one thing, what would that be?
Let me see. That's actually a question because that is going against what I believe in right now. I had to go through what I went through to become who I am.
Oh, perfect.
So I think answering that question would be a lie because there's nothing that I would tell my younger self.
Is there one piece of advice that you would, if you could go back, tell younger Clyde? What would that be?
Before I even share that advice, I want to just touch on a thing that I haven't mentioned on earlier, and that is, I know I touched on my sister's passing, but then I also lost my mother.
Oh, yes.
3 years ago. And again, during that time, I was really, really in a dark space. Because your mom was like the anchor. Listen, Japes, my mom was a special lady because she was the one that was at my rugby games and at my school events. With my dad, of course, but she was just a special lady. And even during that time when my mom was ill, I also had this blood clot in my leg. I was also in hospital also during that time. And like I said, my faith was really tested. But in that time, I learned this quote. And it goes like this: a comfort zone being a beautiful place, but nothing ever growing there.
Yes.
And the reason why that stuck with me still today is because it's so true about life. You need to go through hectic things oftentimes in order to grow, in order to flourish. Understand? So once I made peace with that, I could again apply it to my own life. And to saying that, listen here, one must also not become complacent. I can't become in a comfort zone with my work. I can't become complacent with my friendships, with my spiritual life. I have to continue pushing that idea. And therefore, I want to just encourage your viewers that let us continue pushing and striving for excellence in everything we do. Because in that way, we are growing. In that way, our character is being molded. And that's why I just want to maybe leave you with that word of encouragement, if that's fine.
So you're actually speaking to all of us.
All of us.
Not just the young Clyde,
not as
it's
young
all
Clyde.
of us.
And I would have loved to maybe just reinforce that to young Clyde. And saying that, knowing, especially with my sister's passing when I was still very, very young that time, where I wasn't maybe sure about life and all of those type of things, just knowing that, listen here, things are going to happen, but our faith in and our character in the process of being molded.
Yes.
And that is the beautiful thing about life.
Yeah.
If there was one piece of advice you could give to younger Jen sitting now, what would that be?
Can it be a mouthful?
Yes, a mouthful.
Okay. So I'd say it costs you absolutely nothing. I think I've said this. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind to other people, to show kindness and to be respectful. It takes you quite a long way. My mother always used to tell me, "Kos jou niksie." And to embrace your mistakes. Life's hard. It's not easy. It's really not. And to learn from them, to say like, okay, I've messed up. What am I going to do to make this better? And take chances. Take 100% chances. You learn when you take those chances. You learn who you are as a person. You learn what you are capable of doing, what you are capable of giving to other people. So take those chances, and if it messes up, whoops. But if it doesn't, I mean, great.
Yeah.
So take
All I'm saying.
chances. Yeah.
Great. If there was ever something that you could tell your younger self, anything that you kind of know now, or something that you learned, what would that be?
I think for me, I'll say when I was younger, like I used to look at the end goal a lot. And I think often when you do that, you miss what happens in between.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I regret anything, but if I could go back and chat to younger Ashton, I'd say just enjoy the now a bit more. Don't really focus on what's next. That'll come. Like, I would say to him, like, just focus on your next step. If you know what that is, take that and enjoy that moment. And the next one and the next one. It's like, it's so easy. Even when you start varsity, you go, I'm only going to become a CA in 8 years' time. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
so far.
when you start grade 8, you're like, I've got matric in 4 years' time. It's like, so enjoy the now. Don't be easy on yourself.
That's amazing. I think a lot of the people, and I also catch myself at times, we're so focused on the goal, and you forget that the process is actually what makes the goal worthwhile.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly.
If there was anything that you could tell your younger self, sitting now, after this period of time, what would that be?
I think for me, confidence was always something I struggled with. It was almost like I needed validation from someone, or that sort of like, well done, you did it type of thing, before I thought, okay, well, I can do it.
Yeah.
It didn't always come from myself that I believed that I could. And I think over time it got better. I mean, you can think of the first day we worked together.
Yeah.
I was all over the place and shy, and I think 10
Yeah.
minutes before asking a question, that sort of thing. But I think over time, especially in the workplace as well, you've just got to have that confidence in yourself and your abilities.
Yeah.
And people aren't always going to give you the recognition, or you're not going to receive the validation from people.
Yeah.
So I think as the younger Island, if he could have been a bit more confident. It might have been easier.
Great.
But I think at the end it worked out, and we learn.
Yeah,
we live and we learn.
We always speak about that 90% of the job is just showing up.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times we feel like we always need to either present in the most perfect manner instead of just being there and doing the task, so that you can then, achieve. Because a lot of the times, and I struggle to toot my own horn so badly, and it's something that I need to work on as well, because I am actually good at certain things.
Exactly.
I just don't show it. So yes, definitely, I would also try to tell younger JP to have a bit more confidence.
Exactly. Because sometimes, like, if you're sitting in a room and two people walk in, and the confident one will come in and he'll just greet everyone and just be, I'm Rylan, this is what I do, and already you feel like, okay, this guy is, he means business. Whereas if someone comes in and doesn't look you in the eye, and then already people are like, yo, who's this person? What's he doing here?
Yeah, so, but it's definitely, like you said, it's something that you can get over time, and something that you do get better at, but also something I wish I knew earlier.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to tell your younger self that you know now? Just one piece of advice that you know your younger self would benefit from.
I would tell my younger self to just have the audacity. Yeah. Having the audacity is very important. And really just holding true to your convictions that you have as a person, and not allowing society into pressuring you to be a certain way or view the world in a certain way. So that is what I would tell myself, and what I would personally tell everyone else around me, is to have the audacity.